Hello friends, today I want to talk to you about outlining. I want to start by saying there are a lot of ways to outline, so I'm not saying this is the right way to do it, I'm just saying that this is what works for me. This works for both the overall series and individual novels. So if I'm starting a new series, I will do an outline for the series as a whole first, and then I will outline the first novel. I don't usually outline all of the novels at once because things change as you work on the outline and as you write it. And so I'm always updating the outline as I go. This is an important thing to know about outlining, is that they're not set in stone. They can change as you write. So don't be afraid to make edits to both your novel outline and your overall series outline. They're just a good roadmap to keep you focused so you don't get lost. So how do I outline? I use what I like to think of as a tentpole method, meaning I start with the major pieces and then I add to it as I expand it out. When I start with the beginning, where the novel or series starts, and the end, which is where I'm going with this story or series. I know that sounds obvious, but having a beginning and end point set ahead of time, it keeps you from getting lost in your own story and keeps you from losing what the point is. So those are the important parts. Then I add the middle pole. This is the midpoint, and this is where your story is going to twist. This is where you want things to change direction of the story and head towards the end, because you want your first part to be heading in one direction, and then you want to switch a little bit and twist and head into another direction towards where your real end point is. This keeps it from getting boring, and it keeps the novel interesting. So after that, I add my turning points, and these are between the beginning and midpoint and the midway and the end point. These are key moments in the story that either twist your story again, give you a turn or a major development. So it doesn't have to be a twist. It could just be a major development in the story that is signaled ahead of time or not. But these need to be there, these turning points. After that, I add my pinch points, and these are again between the existing points that I already have in my outline, between the beginning and midpoint, between the midpoint and the next turn point. And with building these are just progression points in the story. They're not huge moments like your turning point, your midpoint, but they're notable things to help you keep moving. They're like checkpoints in your story, so you hit certain marks, so you know where. And they can be plot related, they can be character related, but they're just things you need to hit to advance your story. And then from there, I fill in all the connective pieces of the tent itself. And these are just to get the character or the story from point A to point B, just to move your story along. And then next time, I'm going to talk about how to do like the various subplots, how to do character arcs and things like that. But this is just the overall format. So I hope it's helpful, and I'll see you next time.